have secured some water, taking inventory of what we have. It's not hot, but listen, do not waste this because it could be, you never know, it could be like a couple of days before the stores open back up. So, what we have, we went and got the camping stove, made some food, and just hanging out home, praying for our friends. Alright, how many bottles of water do we have?
But my walking is lighter when I walk with a friend. I sing this softly to myself. I sing this softly to myself. I'm waking up early again, sitting alone and listening, and there is no separation from you and the end.
Welcome back to the vlog, y'all. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Stephanie. I share a lot of things on here. A lot of like things to make a happy home and a happy self. That's my motto. I like crafting DIYs, making the house cozy and just cleaning up and taking care of my family and showing you guys how I do that. We all deserve to be happy and we all deserve to have a home that makes us happy. And yeah, so I share all kinds of things. Cleaning, not a lot of cooking because I don't like cooking. I do it because we have to eat. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better at making some recipes and, you know, doing some things. But I like to share how to make a happy home, happy self, and do it on a budget, thrifting, DIY, all the things. Anyways, if you're new here and you haven't followed me on Instagram, you don't know, but I live in Western North Carolina. And y'all, we have been going through something. We've been going through stuff over here in the mountains. Just the sheer and utter devastation that is going on there and here and there and just everywhere. I mean, it's surrounding us because where we live, my hometown is that way and it's devastation. The kids go to school up that way and it's devastation. Like just where I go, like when I say, hey, I'm going to Target, devastation up there in Asheville. It's just like, I can't even talk about it truthfully because I have not processed it. I have not processed it for myself, so I can't explain it to you other than what you're seeing. And it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And I've had to distance myself from it truthfully because I get emotional. I'm very empathetic and I'm very in tune with like people's feelings and I feel things. Like, I'm not saying I'm like telepathic or anything. Don't think that. If you don't know what empathetic is or you don't know what empathy, it's just like when you feel deeper for people suffering. And so like I've had to distance myself from a lot of it. I have helped where I can help, but like just to like scroll through social media and see the devastation and watch the video after video, I've had to distance myself from that because I feel it on such a deeper level that it can be it can just freeze me really to where I'm not able to function in like my daily life just because that's just how my brain works. Like it consumes me so much. So I haven't processed it. I haven't. I see it. I hear what people are saying. But it just hasn't like what we have just went through hasn't sunk in. I don't think it's sunk in for none of us, y'all. None of us. I think all of us are still in a fight flatter that. And I don't know when it'll be. I don't know when. Everybody's different. I don't know. You know, it'll eventually have to be worked out some way. And, you know, I don't know. We're just taking it one day at a time around here. And for my mental health and for the mental health and the happiness of my family, I have chose to do what I can control, and be here for my husband, who is a contractor for the electric company and has been like super busy, as you can imagine, to be here and be supportive for him, to have him warm meals. And that's my job as a wife anyway, as a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife, is to make sure that I work for those people first and foremost. So I've been a support for the kids. I've been a support for him. And I can't do that if I'm consumed by things. And I don't know. That's just how I'm processing it. And it's okay. If all you can do is just do the next right thing at your home and your daily life, that's okay, because it's okay. Like, it's okay. I still feel like helpless too. Like, I'm not out doing more and more. And I think all of us feel that way, but it's just been a lot. And I don't know when I'll be ready to process. And I don't know if I'll ever share anything about that. That's just how I handle things. But just know, I'm ready to get back. As much as like that is consuming and stuff, I need to get out of that and get back to things that I can control, and that's creating a happy home and a happy self, and doing things for my husband and my children. So we're getting back on track. As you can see, the video footage from the storm, we lost power for about 8 days. We did on day, let's see, so the storm hit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. On Tuesday, my husband came home and he was like, I need to be closer to his guys, his crews and stuff. We had a family vote, and we voted to go to an Airbnb for a couple of nights just to get showers and stuff like that. And I hated it. I hated every single minute of being away from my home. Although I had nothing here, no electricity, I needed to be here. I felt like I needed to be home. And it was just like, I don't know, that whole situation. Never again will I leave this house in an emergency situation. Like, I mean, you know, granted, if my house had been destroyed and stuff, obviously we would have needed to have found somewhere to stay. It was just, I don't know, I had mixed feelings about that. Like I said, I'm still processing all that. But we managed. The first couple of days were tricky with the storm. We were not prepared at all. This has been a total eye-opening experience of how, like, unprepared for any kind of disaster situation we truly are. And I'm making it like my life's mission for that never to happen again, because I feel like I failed. I feel like I failed. I feel like I failed as a wife and a mom because I was not prepared. As a believer in the Proverbs 31 woman in the Bible, and how, like, she has her home prepared, I feel like I failed. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would have to ration water between my children. But immediately after the storm hit, I was like, I didn't buy groceries. Thankfully, honestly, I didn't buy groceries, because we probably would have lost them in the refrigerator and the freezer and stuff. But I thought, you know, the storm would come through, we would have rain and stuff, but then I would get back out to town. It was going to be no big deal. But when all of it hit, and then we were starting to see, like, the amount of devastation and destruction, and how there was literally, like, no power anywhere. The stores were closed. The red lights weren't working. Trees, power lines. I mean, it was like a war zone. And so, I mean, just here at our house, you can tell in that clip, the whole entire embankment between us and the highway had completely collapsed. There was easily, I don't know, 100 trees between here and there, just like down. And it was crazy. It was crazy. I had transfer trucks and things coming through the yard, through like 5-6 cars deep in my driveway, because they were rerouting the highway traffic because of the embankment, and you know, they were blocking. I couldn't get out. And when I realized how like severe it was pretty quickly, when I was like, we don't even have, like, we had half a gallon of milk, like, you know, we had like canned food and stuff just from like what was in our pantry, and a little bit of freezer food, and enough probably. We could have made it. We definitely could have made it for like a week or so just off of what we had. It was no big deal, like food situation. But the water situation was a different story, because I didn't have any bottles of water. I didn't even think, like, I don't even know what I was saying. I just wasn't even aware of like how we had went through Hurricane Irma and stuff. And I don't even know why. Like, why didn't I even just get water? I just don't even, I failed, y'all. I failed. Thankfully, my husband went out to the building and he pulled out the camping stove, and he found like half a case of water. So we had about 15 water bottles. And we had a pool in the backyard that still had about knee deep of like rainwater and stuff. So, we were able to use that for like flushing the toilets. I wasn't going to use that to drink with, even if I boiled it, because it was like gross. But I was like, we're going to need like water. Just, you know, you can't even wipe your hands, or we didn't have anything to drink really. And that was like the first day. And I realized we were really in not a good situation right now. So we had like 14, I set aside, I was like, each person gets 2 bottles of water. I don't know when it'll be until we can get water. My husband was on a mission to get out of here as soon as he possibly could, because obviously working for the power company, he was already like activated to go. But he was like, I can't leave y'all until I know y'all at least have water and stuff. So immediately that afternoon after the storm and stuff, he made his way out with his work truck, and thankfully everything was shut down, but he was able to get some water from Lowe's. So he went in and he got like waters. He bought like $300 worth of like lighting and batteries and just like, you know, things that we needed, like we could use and need. And then he got back, but it took him hours just to go out and do that, which usually it's like 15 minutes up the road and back, you know. So it got crazy for those first couple of days. Probably for like the first 3 or 4 days, it was just like everybody was in fight or flight, shock, just kind of like, I don't know, just kind of just doing what we could do to get through it. But like I said, it's crazy how you can feel so sad, but yet so happy and thankful at the same time. And that is what is like, how do you even process that? Like, grateful and happy and wanting to get back to normalcy for the sake of myself and my family, but also be compassionate and loving to those people that are suffering. So it's just it's a new territory to have to navigate. And I didn't want to get on here and cry, y'all. I'm not one of those people. I hate it. But if you need to cry, honey, cry. That's what I've been telling people. Don't hold it back. There is no shame in your crying game. Like, let it flow, because that's how we process. We process through emotions and crying. And the harder that you try to control that, then the longer it is to have to deal with it. So, I've always been a crier. I get it from my grandma. That woman would cry over anything. Whether she was sad or happy, she would let the tears flow. Anyway, I digress as usual. So, in this video, I shared, like I said, some clips from the storm and stuff. I did want to put pictures of devastation of places or things that aren't mine, because it's just, you can go Google it and search it, and you've seen it. But that was just kind of like how we were dealing with it. And then a lot of the footage that you're about to see was actually filmed before the storm. This little clip, the clips of us going to the farm, was like a few days before the storm. And I actually was going to do that in a video of like some local places to visit in Western North Carolina. And I was going to share that in a video along with some clips, because I had visited the Antique Tobacco Barn in Asheville for the first time and fell in love with that on the 10th of September. I had went up there and just stopped by. I was running errands and I thought the kids were in school, and I thought, let me stop by. I've always wanted to go. And I was like, oh yeah, they got like fall stuff out. Let me see what they got. And I had like the best time walking around there. And I have like a lot of footage from that. I'll put it in here, but it's sad because that place is totally gone, y'all. Is totally gone now. All of that beautiful antique furniture, people's livelihoods, like their booths of like just hundreds of dollars of like gorgeous pieces of furniture, vintage finds, collections, I mean from hundreds and hundreds of years, is just it's just gone. It's in a pile. I don't even know. They've cleaned out a lot probably now and threw away a bunch now, but I was going to share that in a video of like some of the cool places to go for like fall thrifting and just like a fall fun day here in Western North Carolina. And there's still a lot of places around North Carolina. I did see a post where they're trying to tell people, you know, these are the towns, and you can look that up, the towns that aren't accepting visitors right now, really, that, you know, they're having a hard time just kind of like getting through this, not to go there. But there are a lot of communities and towns too that rely on like this time of the year, like the tourist money of just like, you know, leaf peepers and people visiting for the fall and stuff, apple picking and stuff like that. It's just like they rely on that for the income. So we're definitely going to try to go up and do some apple picking. I thought about maybe visiting Bryson City soon, and just trying to like go support the communities around, because we live close and we can get to those places. So if you do live close and you can get to those places, I highly recommend just taking a day and doing something local to support the community. You know, not getting in the way of like the places that are trying to like regroup and recover, but definitely like this, taking some time this fall, especially if you are a fellow North Carolinian, to give back to our beloved state during this time. So anyways, a lot of the clips, like I said, the little farm clip, that is my neighbors across the street. They have a little general store and a little farm. And I love that place so much, y'all. Just for it to be right there. I can literally like walk there. It's such a cute little mercantile shop, and she has some of the cutest little like finds. It reminds me of just like walking into like a Cracker Barrel, and it's so cute. And they have like a little barrel train, and then they didn't have the pumpkin house when I was over there the other day, but I think they have it now. Yeah, so it's just a little fun little place to go and get some treats and spend some time. And that's Cherry Mountain Farm. But it has definitely been like a humbling experience, but an eye-opening experience that I've got to be prepared. We have got to be prepared for things. And we have to hope that we will never need it, but prepare like we will. Because you just never know when something's going to happen. It could be a natural disaster, civil unrest, with everything that's getting ready to happen in the next couple of weeks, or it could just be, you know, as simple as a job loss, or all kinds of things could happen. Life changes so quickly sometimes, and you just need to be prepared for the worst, I guess. And this has definitely taught me that I was not prepared, And I'm going to make that my mission now, to prepare my home. So we will create a happy home in self, but we will be prepared for the worst. So anyways, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope everyone that is watching this video is safe, happy, and healthy. You are surrounded by warm, loving people, and just if you need anything at all, if you are in Western North Carolina, if you are just need prayer, write that in the comments, y'all. Please, I want this to be a community. If you need anything, let me know. I know several churches that are still giving out supplies. I will go get you what you need, and I will personally deliver you some stuff. Yeah, so anyways, I just want to say I love you. I'm praying for you. If you need prayers, like I said, write it in the comments. I hope you guys are having the best fall you can possibly have. I titled this video Fall Reset because I'm just ready for things to get back to normal a little bit, to do some fall things. We did have a pumpkin carving night, so I'm going to insert the footage for that too. And just get back to being happy and thankful and grateful for the life that we live. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, you can be both grieving and sad and happy, and thankful and wanting the best in life simultaneously. So that's where we're at right now. Somewhere living in here. And that's okay. We're going to take it one day at a time. So here's a couple of days of footage of just trying to get life back on track. I love you guys.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So, read the directions. What's the first step?
Beat eggs for 5 minutes.
Beat eggs for 5 minutes. What does it mean to beat eggs? Do you know?
No limit to what we can do.
Eggs are like pudding. I don't know the technical term for
Yeah,
like
it says
whipping up eggs.
add sugar and pumpkin, mix one.
Hold on. How much pumpkin? I forgot.
Doesn't say that.
Up here it should say.
It says 2/3 of pumpkin.
2/3. Nola didn't know that this little button releases the... Okay, it's okay. Let's try to live with that.
Because I thought that turned it on and that controlled the speed.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's get them fixed.
I don't know how to do it.
We got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard time, you and I can weather any storm.
Oh shit, I like stirring. I like stirring.
Feet on the stripes, in the Alabama highway. Out there in the open, just a wishing and a hoping. I could smell the pines when I let you in the doorway. Took the seat next to mine like you've been there before. I'm befriended in an illusion. I could never stand to lose.
Just stop it and then you can spread it, okay?
That for like an hour, and we are putting on the weenie cheese, the frosting.
The filling.
Same thing.
Filling goes inside, frosting goes on top.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
At the end of my bed, in the
Take a
palm
moment.
tree
Do you like it?
lightning.
Oh my gosh.
It was nothing you did. I just felt
Is that a
my
happy dance?
lightning. Now we talk all the time.
Okay, this is how our pumpkin roll, when we flipped it, it cracked, but that's just because I didn't put the powdered sugar down. It's okay. It looked just super pretty up until that. And it tastes, how's it taste? Good? You love it? So good.
This is what our soup looks like. Yeah, it's like a milky, heavy food.
Dig your hands in there and get it.
It's basically
You want me help?
anytime.
Thank you for helping.